Hello, everyone. My name is Evans Bakwin, a professional physiotherapist from Ghana, West Africa. I would like to share my thoughts on a very popular topic. I would want us to take a look at the dynamic world of virtual assistants, also known as VAs. Now, I would want us to see what the profession or the role truly represents, why it matters, and also a little bit of how it relates to my professional journey. Now, let us take a look at what virtual assistants are. Virtual assistants are skilled, independent professionals. They provide one administrative, technical, and creative support to clients. Now, who are these clients? These clients in question could be business owners, entrepreneurs, growing teams, usually having busy schedules or a whole lot of executive tasks that they would require the expertise or support for others to support them, make their workflow more easy, handle them so to save them time and also keep their organizations well structured. Now, I'm delighted to share to become a successful virtual assistant, there's a need to possess strong qualities. And I would want us to take a look at some of the qualities that make someone a good or great virtual assistant. One of the instrumental qualities here is reliability. As a VA, you have a lot of coordination tasks and you are practically in charge of the flow of the work. And so if you're not reliable with the delivery of information, delivery of tasks, not able to meet deadlines, you in a way disrupt the flow of work. So being reliable is a core quality that a virtual assistant must possess, being able to deliver on time and also communicate when tasks are being delayed or whatever the hindrances may be. That brings us to another quality that is also very important, that is strong or good communication. If your communication is not precise, it's not clear, it makes the flow of work also very what difficult. Then again, you must be proactive. You don't just wait only to be told what to do. Sometimes you want to probe and find out what to do, what to expect. You ask questions so you could spearhead or move forward ahead of time, so to save a lot of time and then work. Then again, you must also possess a strong organizational skill. Most of the tasks involve organizing the day-to-day activity of a group, of a business, of a team. And also, if being a remote worker, you are not able to organize your day-to-day activity, it's going to make the work difficult because mostly you're not really supervised. All right, you're not really supervised because you probably might be at home or at a different place other than the workplace, and so you have to be well organized person to be able to execute all the tasks that is required of you. Last but not the least, the work also requires that you're digitally oriented because most of the activities or work you do or the tasks you do, you'd have to work with tools, you'd have to work on the internet, and so you have to be able to adapt to new platforms and also work on a digital platform. The last is the professionalism. As a virtual assistant, you have to show strong level of or strong state of professionalism. You have to be confidential with certain informations. You'd have to also know how to carry yourself as a professional and present yourself as such. I'm delighted to share how my personal experiences also translates into the field of a virtual assistant, or they strengthen my position as a virtual assistant. Over the years, I've harnessed or gained levels of experiences. First, being the public relations officer for an association, also working as an independent physiotherapist. I've also collaborated with other therapists and institutions to work as a physical therapist. So, all these experiences together has given me some traits and qualities that I believe are very essential for this role as a virtual assistant. First is how to communicate, interpersonal communication with peers and groups, how to also relate with those outside of the group and association because I worked as a public relations officer. Also, communicating clearly the goals of the team, also trying to um, be the link between the outside world and then the group. And then my work as a physical therapist is one that demands me to listen actively and also pay rapt attention to details because it is a prerequisite, a very important quality of the job. So these experiences in a way has shaped how I also organize myself and the work environments. Other instances I've also been tasked to lead a group or a team, and to lead a group or a team also comes with a very strong personal statement where you'd have to be well organized enough to also organize a group and move as a team. So all these experiences in a way has shaped me and also made me believe that I have some qualities or a good start into this profession. And so these are areas that I believe are also great in this direction. Also areas where I note that there's a need for me to improve or where growth areas are in demand. I believe the profession as a virtual assistant demands some technicalities, being conversant and comfortable with certain tools or digital interfaces and platforms. So I believe there's a lot of work for me to do to integrate this into my personal life and skills that I need to learn to adapt to these tools, these digital platforms, how to maneuver and find my way around it to make the workflow so very easy. So this implies that I need to put in efforts, a conscious effort to day in, day out, find new ways to learn and adapt to these platforms, just so I do not find myself wanting or not able to execute the tasks when they are needed or demanded. Now, the world of a virtual assistant is not one that is very static. It has its dynamics, it has its challenges that it throws at you. And so there's a need for a growth mindset and then perseverance in this journey. Now, when we talk of a growth mindset, moments in this journey will challenge you. They will get to a point where you have no idea what it is, but it is not the end of it. It gives you the opportunity to find answers or look for them. So on this journey, it is always important to have a growth mindset where you don't limit yourself to what you already know, but be open-minded about learning new things. So if you don't know today or you don't know how to execute that now, you could tell yourself that, well, you could learn how to do it. And so you don't stay or be in your shelves of limitations. Perseverance is also a very important trait on this journey to success. If we want to succeed in the world of a virtual assistant, it's important that you persevere, because there are moments where you would feel like you've hit a stand block or you've hit a wall, and until you persevere enough to find answers, to look for solutions, to look for way around it, you might give up and not continue on this journey. So having a growth mindset and also perseverance is important for the success in this role as a virtual assistant. In conclusion, the journey of learning to be a virtual assistant is one that excites me because I personally love to add on to my skills, and I'm very open to add any skill that I believe will be beneficial for my professional growth. And so I'm not limited to any particular or specific theme, or let me say skill in the world of a virtual assistant. I would love to, as much as possible, harness and add on to all the skills that are predominant in the world of a virtual assistant. But in this world, you need to move in a direction. You have to stick with the trade and also master that. So for now, I think I would be very much interested in learning more about the research virtual assistant and also project management, just so with time I could learn to adapt into other worlds. But I'm very excited on this journey, and I'm only hoping and looking out for the best.